Today, I'll be speaking to you about how to become more disciplined to do hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action, regardless of how you're feeling, physically or emotionally. So, you're showing it when you intentionally choose to pursue something better for yourself, and you do it in spite of factors such as distractions, hard work, or unfavorable odds. Now, self-discipline is different from self-motivation or willpower because motivation and willpower, even persistence, all make the ability to follow through on your intentions and hard work, but discipline makes you do it whenever you need to, especially when you don't feel like it. Now, you're probably thinking, why the hell would I work on my self-discipline? Well, self-discipline is useful in many areas of your life, such as, let's say, for instance, it's what pushes you to do high quality work even when you don't feel like it. So with that being said, it gives you the strength to um, stay professional with your clients even when you're ready to throw in the towel, something like that. It helps you stick with and achieve tough goals that you set for yourself. And self-discipline also enables you to keep going through to great success despite what others might see it as. And it can also improve learning and enhance performance. Studies have shown that students with a high degree of self-discipline, they retain more knowledge than those without self-discipline. And on top of that, researchers discovered that students with strong self-discipline are more careful in their tasks, which improves their performance. And it is also shown that measuring a person's level of self-discipline is a more accurate predictor of success than measuring their motivation or work ethic. Now, I hope you'd be thinking, well, how do I develop my self-discipline? So, self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you work on developing it and using it, the stronger it will become. So, for example, you could set small goals and increase the level of the challenge slowly over time so it goes up and up and up and up and up. The more you practice, the better you'll become. So, without further ado, let me show you the 5 exercises you can do to become more disciplined. So number 1, you want to choose a goal, like whatever goal you want. Begin by choosing just one goal that you want to focus on to develop your self-discipline. Or let's say, for instance, perhaps you want to start exercising every evening, or you want to read one leadership book a week to enhance your skills. Or you could even practice self-discipline on very, very small goals, such as concentrating on a piece of work for an hour without checking your messages, or avoiding unhealthy food for just like one day. All these are valid for self-discipline. Now, starting small is the best way to start developing your self-discipline. As your discipline gets stronger, you can spread the focus to more areas of your life. Now, make sure that the goal you set is SMART, so SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And break the goal down into smaller sub-goals, where you can, of course. Number 2, find your motivation. Once you've chosen a goal, list the reasons why you want to achieve it. Try to really express these reasons in a positive way. So instead of saying, I want to exercise 3 times a week to lose weight, just say, I want to exercise so that I have the energy to play with my kids or work successfully or hang out with friends. Or instead of saying, I want to get this task off my to-do list, say, I want to do this task so that I can meet my objectives. or get praise from my boss, or feel satisfied with my day's work. Now, when you list the reasons why you want to achieve something, you'll find it much easier to get the job done, and it'll just be a walk in the park. Now, number 3, identify obstacles. Now, you need to identify the obstacles that you'll likely face when working towards yourself or towards your goal, and devise a strategy for overcoming each one. For instance, imagine that your goal is to read a leadership book a week, one of them, to enhance your skills. In the past, you faced a number of obstacles in reaching this goal. For example, when you find a book you like, it's hard to find time each night to read it. But between work and dinner and the kids, your time is taken up until late in the evening, and you get distracted by messages coming in while you're reading. And once you've identified obstacles and come up with a strategy to overcome each one, in this example, you could do the following. Let's say, instead of going to a bookstore, spend an hour looking at like leadership books online. So find several that interest you and that have good reviews. Order all of them at once and download them to tablet so that you always have a book on hand to read. Like Kindle. I use Kindle and it's really, really useful. You can also find more time in your day to focus on reading. Perhaps you could read during your lunch hour, or while you're waiting to pick your kids up from school, or just sitting around. You can turn your phone off when you want to focus on reading and just use your iPad. Often, our self-discipline crumbles because we haven't identified the obstacles that we'll face and we haven't developed strategies to overcome them. But if you plan ahead, it can all be prevented. So you just want to take action and prepare for what can happen. Number 4, replace old habits. When we're developing self-discipline, we're often trying to break a bad habit and replace it with something more productive. However, if this habit is tied into like a certain time of day or a routine, breaking it can just leave a hole in your routine. So if we don't replace that habit with something else, then its absence becomes even more noticeable. A good example is if you're trying to stop yourself from shopping online when you take a break at work. This bad habit destroys your focus and attention because you're likely to be online for like 20 to 30 minutes each time. Now, once you've resolved to stop, you can identify a new behavior that you can engage in when you need a quick break. Instead of online shopping, you could, let's say, do some stretches in your office, get a cup of coffee, or even take a quick walk. These behaviors will help you to support your goal and strengthen your self-discipline instead of leaving you with nothing to do on your break. So you can literally do anything productive if you really put your mind to it. Number 5, you want to monitor your progress. As you work on your self-discipline, you want to pay attention to how you're feeling as it develops and strengthens. You might feel free, happy, proud, even energized. Also, think about keeping a journal. I actually have one. I'm gonna quickly get it. I have this journal and it helps me to go to track my progress, and this reinforces the positive changes that I'm implementing in my life that you can too. And it gives you a record that you can look back on to see the progress that you've made. Now, over time, it will be bigger, but it's all good. And over time, your self-discipline will strengthen and you'll be able to apply it to lots of other areas of your life. Now, I know I said 5, but I just have like little quick tips. So, summary is try to avoid distractions when you begin to develop your self-discipline. Make it harder to engage in the activity you're trying to avoid. It's also important to reward yourself when you experience success. And celebrating your accomplishments will keep things fun and entertaining and strengthen your resolve to keep going. And lastly, don't let a fear of failure or an occasional setback discourage you. All of us experience setbacks and failures. They're part of life. Acknowledge that you've slipped up, learn the lesson, and just move on. So, that's what I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed and can adapt to these exercises in the future. Perhaps even right now. So, make yourself 1% better every day, and I'll see you next time.